Berger make some comments on the agenda?
Sure. The videotaping future meetings. I'd just like to say I'm really thrilled to see that the board has gone in that direction. I think most of the licensees should be pleased with that development. So I think the board is to be commended for bringing in and videotaping the meetings. In that regard, however, I will make note of the fact that it does appear there's a pretty nice tripod being used. It does appear like there's utility outlets that are being used. It does appear like there are wires going through, which was the only reason I was given as to why I couldn't use an electrical outlet. So, you know, while I'm pleased to see this, it's interesting to note the excruciating conditions that can be put under certain people to videotape that can suddenly be
The board's videotape.
Pardon me?
The board.
I understand the board
Oh,
is
okay.
videotaping.
I thought maybe you were confused.
No, I'm not confused at all. All I know is there's a set of rules that says that others that want to videotape cannot use a tripod, cannot use electrical outlet. In fact, I'm sure you'll recall having me disconnect the electrical outlet one time. We're on the agenda. You approved videotaping. So, I know that you find this humorous, Mr. McMillan, but, you know.
No, I'm not finding anything humorous about what you're saying.
All right.
Him and I are having another conversation, so don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not going to.
Or anything. If I'm laughing about something, it has nothing to do with you. I want to go on record letting you know that immediately.
You can
Him
do
and I were
so.
discussing something totally different than that, but I was listening to you. Thank you very much.
Well, you
don't
can-
worry about my laughter at this meeting, sir.
Well, sir,
Okay.
and besides conversations going on, I would appreciate the chair bringing those to a cease because I don't think they're appropriate during anyone's public comment.
I was not having the conversation.
You just said you were.
Okay.
No, I was laughing. It's what you said I was doing.
You just said y'all were having a
What-
private
He made a
conversation.
comment and I laughed, okay? That's what I did. I laughed about a comment.
Please, let's not argue.
So,
I understand.
Fair enough.
I am.
laughter to a conversation or a puzzled look on a board member's face or all being read on his own behalf, they do not say any kind of thing that we would be possibly talking about on his behalf. We were giving our attention. How can he read into anything from laughter or a look? That's beyond my belief. There we go. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
In the midst of all that, Mr. Burns and Mr. McMillan conversation, if the board is going to conduct itself professionally, then when we are speaking, I think we do deserve, the undivided attention. I want to talk about is we were not given an opportunity. Madam Chair, I hope you all go back and revisit the use of the electrical outlets, tripods, and other things that can help accommodate us in what we're doing here in this meeting. And I want to thank you for the microphone, but it does not help us when you all are talking. I think a public address system should be used so that we can hear you all when you're speaking. You know what I'm saying? I don't see any speakers that would reflect that. That's primarily for internal recording. But it does not give us value to hear you all. So if the board is going to go out of its way to accommodate third-party video auditors, I think it also should also accommodate the company. And the board is not doing that. I think that needs to be reconsidered and revisited. Other than when I see things are done impartially and unfair. And like I said, we were not given an opportunity to use the power. We were not given an opportunity to use tripod. We were told not to. In fact, we had to unplug our power source. In that particular meeting, we lost power to our video camera. And so now the board has accommodated, rather the board is using these on a contract basis. And so if you can make special privileges for those who are recording for you, you should also be able to make special privileges for the public to do what the public have a right to do. And so I would ask and pray that the board would reconsider that, because right now that tripod, electrical outlets, and everything else that gentleman is using is totally against what we were neglected in doing.
I like
Wait
it.
till he's done.
I'm good.
Let him finish.
I'm finished.
Okay, have a seat.
And just so you know, you had some support on that. You say the board in general, as if there was no support for you on that. But I specifically, as a board member, was in favor of that. Would you reflect that on the record also?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir, Mr. McMillan. When I say board, I just use that for not calling anybody's name. That's just generalization, but Mr. McMillan, I will go on record saying you did advocate support for allowing us to use the outlets and accommodations. I would thank you for reminding me, but I was not intending to say that derogatory, just informative.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lord. The board is videoing meetings, and we are using the tripod, and we are using the electrical outlets. However, if we had 15 people from the public who chose to use tripods and outlets and cords, it wouldn't work out. So we're doing it this way, and we will post the video. If you choose to do your own video, that's fine, sit down and do it. We don't have a problem with that. Okay, we're,
Yes, Mr. Butcher? Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Jacobs?
yes.
Mr. McMillan?
Yes.
Mr. Sims?
Yes.
Ms. Steinkamp?
Yes.
All right, we're back in session.
That's nice. And right now, I'm going to give Hal.
Thank you. I'd ask for personal privilege to address the board and the audience.
I'm going to give Hal personal privilege.
Thank you. With the $77 billion worth of economic opportunity coming to Southwest Louisiana, I've been honored with the chairmanship of what's called the GO Group. It's the Southwest Louisiana Task Force for Growth and Opportunity. We, as elected officials in Southwest Louisiana, are trying to get ready for all the economic development that's coming our way. And with my full-time employment at Livingston Engineers, and also serving on the Capital Parish Police Jury, with regret, I'm tendering my resignation to the Auctioneer Board today, effective tomorrow. I want to say it's been a humbling experience to serve with this board. I've made some really good friends on this board, and I've learned a whole lot from a lot of different people on this board. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve with you. It's been about 3 years, and I am going to continue to be a licensed auctioneer in the state of Louisiana, and also now in the state of North Carolina, and hopefully other licenses to come, as my wife and I hope to start our own auctioneer business here in the near future. And with those things going, it's just a iron in the fire type thing, that some things have to take precedence over others. And with the economic development coming and all the other things that I have going, I just want to once more tell you how much I appreciate being on this board, and I'll truly cherish the time we had together. And I hope it never at any point in time, I mean, under any type of violation that I'll ever be called in front of this board, I hope it'll always be under some type of accommodation or doing things in the right and proper way. Thank y'all for what y'all do every day for the Louisiana Auctioneer Board and all the auctioneers that are represented by this board in the state of Louisiana. With that being said, I will be resigning from this board effective tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for a job well done.
Move we adjourn.
Sorry, we're going to miss you, Hal.
Well, thank you. And by the way, just so you know, I did check with Representative Gwynn and Chuck Cleckley, the Speaker of the House, who's a very good friend of mine, as well as sent my resignation into the governor's board's office, Ms. Sarah. So it will be official. Thank you all for letting me be a part of this family.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, and Jason made a motion there.
Move to adjourn.
And I second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.